Lucid dreaming is often thought of as an oddity, something unusual that happens on rare nights when the brain misfires. But for conscious reality creators, it's much more than that. Lucid dreaming is a training ground, a parallel classroom where we practice the exact same skills that we need for conscious creation while we're awake. When you realize you're dreaming while still inside the dream, a remarkable thing happens. You recognize yourself as the creator of the entire scene. And that recognition isn't confined to the night. It sharpens the same awareness that you bring into daily life. The waking world may feel denser, slower, and more consistent, but it too bends to your assumptions and your focus. Lucid dreams simply make the process more obvious. They strip away the delay and show you how immediate your creative authority really is. You think of flying and suddenly you're in the air. You imagine a door and it appears. You decide to confront a nightmare and the figure transforms. And that gift is that once you practice there, you carry that authority into your waking life. You begin to see that your job, your relationships, your identity, all of these are part of another dream, just one with more stable rules. Lucid dreaming teaches you not to confuse density with truth. It trains you to realize that awareness is always the author, whether the story looks surreal or ordinary.
What makes this practice even more compelling is that science backs it up. Using EEG and fMRI technology, researchers have found that during lucid dreams, areas of the brain associated with metacognition light up. Metacognition is simply the ability to think about your own thinking. In a normal dream, you're immersed or reactive. In a lucid dream, those higher brain regions activate, allowing you to step back, observe, and direct. Dr. Stephen LeBerg's pioneering research in the 1980s was groundbreaking. He trained dreamers to signal from within their dreams using prearranged eye movements. When the dreamer became lucid, they moved their eyes in a distinctive pattern. Observers could track this in real time. It proved beyond doubt that lucidity isn't just a vivid memory. It is conscious awareness functioning inside the dream. For conscious creators, this research is not just validation. It's a reminder that awareness is portable. It isn't locked to waking experience. It can emerge in different dimensions. When you practice lucidity, you're strengthening the same faculty that lets you step back from automatic thought patterns during the day. Lucid dreaming then becomes practice in holding that awareness in unusual conditions. If you can stay conscious in a dream where logic bends and forms dissolve, then you can certainly stay conscious in waking life when challenges arise.
So how do we step into this practice? Well, there are several well-tested techniques, and each one teaches something valuable about both dreams and the waking life. The first is wake-initiated lucid dreaming, or WILD. With this method, you move directly from wakefulness into dreaming while maintaining awareness. You lie down, relax your body completely, and let your mind hover in a calm, alert state. As your body drifts off, you may feel vibrations, hear buzzing sounds, or see shifting lights and patterns. If you stay calm, you slip directly into a lucid dream. Why is this significant? Because WILD teaches you to remain centered during transitions. Life is full of transitions. Jobs end, new ones begin. Identities dissolve, relationships shift. Practicing WILD strengthens your ability to remain aware and intentional when the landscape changes. Another core practice is reality testing. Throughout the day, you pause and ask, am I dreaming? You look at your hands. In dreams, they often look strange or distort. You check a digital clock twice. Dream time usually shifts between glances. You read a line of text and then look back at it. In dreams, words often scramble. By rehearsing these checks in waking life, you increase the chance of asking the same question while dreaming. The deeper gift is not just dream lucidity, it's assumption awareness. You begin to notice the assumptions driving your behavior. You realize when you're acting out often old belief instead of conscious choice. That habit of questioning, is this real? Is this belief necessary? Is just as valuable in the office or at home as it is in a dream.
Another technique is wake back to bed, or WBTB. You set an alarm to wake yourself after 4 or 6 hours of sleep, stay awake approximately 30 minutes, and then return to bed. The reason this works is that REM sleep, where most vivid dreaming occurs, happens in longer stretches later in the night. By waking yourself, engaging your mind briefly, and then going back to sleep, you increase your chances of becoming lucid. In those waking minutes, you can set intentions, visualize becoming lucid, or review your dream journal. Then, as you drift back to sleep, your awareness carries through. For conscious creators, the value is clear. It trains you to shift state at will. Instead of waiting passively for life to change, you learn to direct your awareness into new conditions. Mnemonic induction of lucid dreams, or MILD, is another cornerstone practice. Developed by LaBerge, it relies on prospective memory, the ability to remember to do something in the future. As you fall asleep, you repeat a phrase such as, "Next time I'm dreaming, I will remember that I'm dreaming." You visualize yourself recognizing the dream. This method is especially potent for conscious creators because it mirrors affirmations in waking life. Just as you declare, "I am abundance," or "I am love," you declare lucidity. You're programming your awareness to remember its true power.
Another conditional practice is dream journaling. Keeping a record of your dreams increases recall and helps you to identify recurring patterns. The moment you wake, before moving or speaking, you capture what you remember, even if it's just fragment. Over time, you notice reoccurring locations, themes, or emotions. These become your personal dream signs, clues that you're dreaming. But journaling also mirrors a vital waking practice, self-observation. By recording your dreams, you learn to track inner patterns. By recording your thoughts and emotions during the day, you see the unconscious scripts that you live by. Both practices make the invisible visible, and with visibility comes choice. Dream journaling is not just about remembering dreams. It's about cultivating awareness. You become an observer of your inner world, and that awareness, the raw material of conscious creation.
Once you practice the basics, you can explore advanced methods. Some people use technology, sleep masks that detect REM and provide subtle light cues, or apps that track sleep cycles. I have experiment with supplements like Guarantee, though these should be approached with caution and professional guidance. What's important is not the tool itself, but the principle behind it. Every technique is about remembering awareness in unusual circumstances. Once you understand the principle, you can adapt methods to your own style. You might combine mild with reality testing or pair WBTB with wilds. At this stage, lucid dreaming becomes more than a practice. It becomes an art. You're no longer just chasing technique. You're developing your own language with consciousness.
So, what are the deeper benefits? First, overcoming nightmares. In normal dreams, a nightmare can feel overwhelming because you forget that you are the creator. In lucid dreams, you remember you can face a monster, dissolve it, or transform it into something helpful. That ability rewires your relationship with fear. Second, lucid dreaming reduces anxiety and builds confidence. When you realize you can manage even the wildest scenarios, your subconscious throw that your subconscious throws at you, a sense of agency grows. That assurance spills into daily life. And third, lucid dreaming enhances skill development. Athletes rehearse movements in dreams. Musicians practice performances. Speakers refine their words. Studies show real improvement results. For conscious creators, is evidence that imagination is not passive. It reshapes the nervous system. And finally, lucid dreaming expands your sense of possibility. Once you've flown, shape-shifted, or spoken with aspect of your own psyche, waking limitations appear less rigid. You realize that impossible is just another assumption.
Of course, like any skill, lucid dreaming has challenges. Some say, I can't remember my dreams. That's normal at first. Even capturing a single image or emotion is progress. Over time, recall improves. Others say, I realize I'm dreaming but wake up immediately. That too is common. The excitement jolts you awake. Stabilization techniques help, rubbing your hands together in the dream, focusing on the ground, spinning in place. Some feel frustrated when techniques don't work right away, but lucid dreaming is like learning an instrument. Some play notes quickly, others need months of practice. The important thing is patience. There are also cautions. Certain methods like WBTB can disrupt sleep patterns if overused. Some people experience sleep paralysis during transitions, harmless but it is unsettling. The key is balance. Approach the practice with curiosity, not desperation. If you struggle with PTSD or chronic nightmares, seek professional support before diving deep. Most importantly, remember that lucid dreaming is a tool. It is not an escape. The purpose is not to abandon waking life, but to enrich it.
So, what is the ultimate takeaway for conscious creators? Lucid dreaming proves that awareness is primary. In the dream, you see how directly your focus shapes experience. You notice a story unfolding and you choose to change it. That is the essence of manifestation. When you practice lucidity at night, you strengthen your ability to practice it during the day. You train yourself to notice the moment you slip into autopilot and you choose a new state. You learn to offer rather than react. The beauty of lucid dreaming is that it collapses the boundary between dream and reality. It shows you that both are dreams of different textures. Both are shaped by awareness. And once you know that, you stop living as if you were trapped. You begin to live as if you are creating.
As you close your eyes tonight, remember that you're not just going to sleep. You're stepping into another classroom, another rehearsal space, another mirror of consciousness. Every dream is a chance to practice lucidity, and every night offers the opportunity to strengthen awareness. And when morning comes, carry that awareness with you. The office, the streets, the home, all of it is another dream. It may have steadier rules and slower feedback, but it responds in exactly the same way to your assumptions, your focus, and your intention. So take what you've learned in dreams and apply it here. Recognize that both states are creative arenas. Remember that consciousness itself is your most powerful tool. And never forget that whether asleep or awake, you're already dreaming, and you already hold the power to shape that dream.
And before we wrap up, if you found value in what Lynn and I have shared today, I'd love you to take a moment to support the channel. Go ahead and hit the like button. It lets us know that this content resonates with you. Subscribe so you don't miss future talks on conscious creation and lucid living. And if you think someone in your circle would benefit from hearing this, share it with them. You never know whose perspective might be shifted by just one new idea. And finally, tap the notification bell so you're alerted the moment the new content goes live. That way you stay connected and part of the conversation as we continue exploring these powerful tools for conscious reality creation. Thanks for being here, and until next time, keep practicing lucidity in your dreams and in your waking life. And always think differently, dream boldly, and create consciously.